It is a new day in America. President-elect Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are gearing up for their first term. And we're going to get to a lot of what they're planning. But before we do, we've got to talk about the victory speeches they gave on Saturday night, calling for unity and healing. Here are just some of the highlights.
You chose hope and unity, decency, science, and yes, truth. While I may be the first woman in this office, I will not be the last.
I pledge to be a president who seeks not to divide, but unify. Who doesn't see red states and blue states, only sees the United States. For all those of you who voted for President Trump, I understand the disappointment tonight. But now, let's give each other a chance.
And of course, following the news of their win in cities all over the country, large celebrations broke out. People waved flags, cheered, danced in the streets. But there was a lot of anger on the other side, with pro-Trump supporters taking to the streets and gathering at state capitals in solidarity with President Trump. Okay, Tori, we always say it on this show. I can never say it enough. You live and breathe politics and elections. You follow them closely. How did you feel when you heard the news? And what do you think about Kamala breaking the glass ceiling?
I'll be super honest, I kveled and cried. If you don't know kveld, it's in Yiddish. It just means like overwhelm. I think a lot of us, especially journalists and people, have been holding it in altogether for a long 4 years. And there was a sense of relief that just kind of poured out because all of a sudden science is back in the game, and decency for me was back in the game. And divisiveness starts from the top. So I was so glad to see that he said red states, blue states, the United States. I think Kamala will kick butt. I think she shows every little girl out there, no matter where you're from, it's possible. And her speech was mwah, perfect.
Well, I mean, I couldn't tell if Tori was on board with this presidency or not. I'm not sure which way she's leaning. But listen, Tori, as happy as you are, there's half the country that's very unhappy about what's going on. But I think Joe Biden's right, or whoever, or maybe he wrote that. Red states, blue states, I hate to say it, I was going to say that too, Tori, United States. We do have to come together. I understand people aren't happy. I get that. But we have to move forward. We have to go. We are broken as a country. And the only way we're going to get better is if we try to see things eye to eye. Even if we don't agree, just listen.
Yeah, it's hard, Jeff, because a lot of people feel like losing is tantamount to everything. It's paramount to everything. So I feel like there's a decision that America's got to make. And if you think about it in terms of, we're all in relationships. If you have an argument right before you go to dinner, that ride is up to you, both of you guys, how it's going to be. We had it out. I know how you feel. I know how Jordan feels. I know how Sam feels. I know how Mark feels, your spouse. Are we going to go to dinner and drive there silent, staring out the window, or are we going to say, we had it out, let's have some fun, we're going to our favorite taco place, it's Tuesday, let's do, like, it's the same car ride, it's the same people, but it's the mentality that they have between themselves. So we have to decide as a country, do you want to have this cold civil war because we can do it? Clearly we can do it. Or do we want to try something else because we know where the one direction takes us?
Let's all go to Taco Tuesday.
Yes.
Liberals, conservatives.
Little tiny tacos, I love them.
That'll bring us together.
Can't
for
say
sure.
no to that. That is definitely a bipartisan event. I love your analogies, Al. They're always, as Tori would say,